My thoughts, my opinion. Sports podcast.
Yo, what it is? Welcome back to another episode of MTMO Sports Podcast, Doug. Yo, I just gotta tell y'all, man, I'm here. I finally made it. This is my 100th thought. Here, I made it. Yes. Yo, this has been one of my many milestones that I was trying to get to, and I made a goal and I stuck to it. I actually stuck to this goal, man. I said, yo, on my 100th episode, my 100th thought, it will be visual and audio. And your boy finally did it. I found the way. I knocked on that door. Now I'm here, Doug. So, on this special episode, my 100th thought, I got the dopest topics to talk about this episode. You feel me? We're gonna get into the Ravens because these guys, it's not making good moves right now. I'm not understanding what are they doing. So I'm most definitely gonna talk about them. I'm gonna talk about the NFL news because the NFL has been buzzing, Doug, and I can't wait to get into that. And of course, you know, I got some NBA talk. I got some hooping talk. Fred VanVleet most definitely got into it with the refs. I'm gonna give you my opinion on that. And the Rain Man, Shawn Kemp, it's in the news about something that I didn't expect him to be in the news about. So we most definitely gonna get into that, man. So let's get straight into it.
Let's go.
Alright. My 410 Baltimore Ravens. Woo! All I just want to say is,
Oh my God!
what are we doing? What are we doing? Because right now, it's not looking. It's just not. It's not looking good right now. It's most definitely making me say,
Hey yo, what the fuck?
like, I'm not understanding what my guys is doing. So we're gonna start off with the Lamar talk because you already know that's the most buzz that's going around in our camp right now. Lamar most definitely did not get that damn contract. And I don't know what the hell the Ravens is doing. I don't know what the hell is they thinking. I understand they's talking about they had 3 to 4 plans with and without Lamar, but um, it's not looking good to me. It's really not, man. So they signed Lamar to the franchise tag, and it's what is it? Non-exclusive, all exclusive. I have a franchise tag. It's something new that in the NFL talked to me. Never heard about it. So they signed him to this 32.4 million contract. What they gave him. You know what I mean? They Lamar didn't sign it. And they also told Lamar that he can most definitely can go ahead and shop for other teams. Try to figure out is there another offer out there that's worth that's better than what the Ravens is offering. So they doing that. And right now, nobody's biting. Nobody is even thinking about it. It's little talks, little crumbles coming about, talking about there's some teams that's emerging, but remember it's the end of the season. There's a lot of teams talking about the Dolphins, this team, the Jets, the Las Vegas Raiders. All these teams was talking about in the running for Lamar, but they ran from Lamar. They got low. And I felt like they said,
is that like a personal attack or something?
I think it is a personal attack on Lamar, man. I think they trying to try to make it seem like my man is a bum. My man is no good. He's trash. He's a quarterback that shouldn't have been signed. I think Lamar is worth whatever he's asking for. Now, I understand Deshaun Watson had that 230 fully guaranteed. And Lamar is looking for something in that nature. And at the same time, I don't think Deshaun Watson should have got that fully guaranteed. I think, and I keep telling people, I believe that the Cleveland Browns most definitely only did that out of desperation, that because they had no they ain't believe that they was in the running to get Deshaun. They thought Deshaun was gonna go, to Miami. Miami's always in the talk with these high priced quarterbacks, but never get them. Pay attention to that. But now that the Browns have said, hey, we gave you that chance. You gave us the deal and all that other good stuff on that 1 year contract. Now it's time to renegotiate this contract because we're gonna need some players to get up here for you to ball out with. We're gonna have to try to re-sign some of these players. And Deshaun Watson, being the guy that he is, he restructured that contract. I don't know all the details to that contract. I made sure I had that for y'all by the beginning of the season. But most definitely Lamar now it should be thinking about, all right, if Deshaun don't have that 230 fully guaranteed, let's bring this number down some. Because honestly, people kept asking me what would it take for Lamar to get signed with the Ravens. I said it's gonna probably take 200 mil. And I'm still standing on that strong, and I think it's gonna be 200 mil. Now, is it gonna be I think it's going to have to take that the Ravens is most definitely going to have to give up at least 160 mil guarantee, and then he's going to have to get incentives to most definitely get up to that 200 mil. Don't know how you can quite work that out, but I'm pretty sure that's something that the Ravens should be thinking about. You feel me? Also at the same time, Lamar, you can't be too greedy on this deal because you got to also think about us signing more players, up signing weapons, wide receivers most definitely, because now that Greg Roman is gone, it's time to see what you can do in this passing game, not just run. I hope Todd Monken most definitely can keep the run aspect of the game because that's where the Ravens is most dominant. And it's in the run game. And as long as they can keep the run game and add that pass game, we can make some noise. We can be in that conversation, probably being deep in the AFC playoffs. But first thing first, man, the Ravens most definitely going to have to sign Lamar to a long deal contract. He has to. We have to. I know a lot of people is most definitely saying that they think Lamar is done with the Ravens. I don't think so. Just because you're having a disagreement doesn't mean you have to be done with him. You're just having a disagreement. You just can't agree onto this contract. You know what I mean? It's just that I think that the Ravens felt like we got hurt the last quarterback contract we signed. When we signed Joe Flacco, we had to get back to reality. You know what I mean? And we got hurt on that Joe Flacco deal. Most definitely got hurt. And I think that's where the Ravens is stuck at. They don't want to get hurt. And I don't think Lamar is going to hurt them or burn them. But as for the last seasons, Lamar haven't finished the season out. Now, I'm pretty sure it's due to other stuff. There's a lot of things that's been going on in this Ravens camp that we most definitely need to pay attention to. But Lamar, that's what the Ravens is probably holding up against Lamar, is that you didn't finish the season yet. Why should we pay you this amount of money if you can't finish the season? But that also can contribute to the Ravens had a fucking F and a goddamn strength and conditioning. And I'm so glad we got rid of him. So glad he got fired. Hopefully the rest of the staff don't suffer. But maybe if they have to, then hey, that's part of the business. Y'all shouldn't have got an F minus. Like who the hell gets a damn F minus? Like how do you fail that? So hopefully we can get a new strength and conditioning coach. Hopefully we can get a new staff in there. Hopefully they can be better for the Ravens. Hopefully that we won't get bitten by the injury bug this shit and we gotta go and have to really use it. So it's a lot. It's a lot to do in this Ravens camp, man, because now the defense is kind of missing a chain to their link. We also traded away Chuck Clark. It's like, woo! That was the guy that was calling plays. That was the guys that was getting everybody lined up and ready. Now I understand that they feel like Roquan Smith is about to be that guy, is that leader, is that Ray Lewis-esque, player. But getting rid of Chuck Clark, man, really hurts. It really hurts. He was the most definitely a guy that was underrated and unappreciated, kind of. The Ravens most definitely appreciate him, but other teams been passed on him. You know what I mean? He fell into like the 5th or 6th round in the draft before the Ravens found him. And he worked his ass all the way to a starting spot. Now, I think the Jets will get better now on that defensive side because they have a guy he's versatile. He can play inside that box. He can play against the tight end. He can most definitely play that 2 deep cover. So, trading Chuck Clark I hope Hamilton is ready. I hope whoever else is gonna be playing beside Marcus Williams is ready to step their game up and be efficient and be a true warrior out there. Because you're gonna have some big shoes to fill with Chuck Clark not there. The Ravens most definitely gonna have to worry about this back end of the defense period because is we gonna sign Marcus Peters back? We wasn't in on that Jalen Ramsey deal who Miami stole. You know what I mean? I think Miami gave away a third round pick for Jalen Ramsey. It's like, wow. Wow. Where were we at, Ravens? Where would we at, the cost? I understand that Lamar is first on that list right now, but come on, man. Don't let this free agency go like this. We got to most definitely
Get back to reality.
come on now. Also, the Ravens got some players that's taking some pay cuts. You know, like Michael Pierce and Gus Edwards. It's taking some pay cuts to make sure they can have a spot on the team next year, which is dope. Michael Pierce, we most definitely need you to take that pay cut because, my God, you didn't even play half the season. I forgot that you was even on the team. And Gus Edwards, man, don't get me wrong, man. I believe you worth every penny, every money. And, you coming back off an ACL injury previous, and you played one hell of a year, even though you didn't get that much bump down the end of the season. I'm not understanding what was up with that. I'm glad Greg Roman is gone. Hopefully you and Dobbins can take over that running back spots like y'all supposed to been doing. Ground and pound all day. You know what I mean? Gus the bus. I'm glad he took a pay cut. I'm glad that the Ravens was able to keep him happy and keep him there. You know what I mean? Now we got to bring some more talent because the more talent that we bring in, we can compete. And speaking of that talent, man, some of the Ravens reps went to watch OBJ work out. I'm pretty sure I'm hearing the buzz that OBJ, Aaron Rodgers want him to come to the Jets. But later I'm gonna talk about that. But as far as the Ravens, man, that would be a good look if we can sign Lamar and OBJ. That would be a good look. Bashar Bateman come back healthy. We get OBJ on the other side. You got Devin Duvernay that can play that slot and play that gadget role. That'd be dope. You know what I mean? That'd be an offense that is gonna be kind of unstoppable. All you gotta do is worry about that defense of not letting up. Not let these teams come back and win on us. So that's most definitely going to have to be the formula of success of winning. And with that formula of success of winning, I already mentioned that Greg Roman stepped down. He's out the door. Todd Monken is in. I hope the same type of energy and he brought to Georgia atmosphere. Excuse me. That's the same type of atmosphere we need up in Baltimore, Doug. Most definitely because I believe he brings great skill set, great IQ over the game. Now it's just like I said, we just need a quarterback so he can most definitely learn his tendencies and what he don't like, what he dislike, and stuff like that. And hopefully we can make Lamar. I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. Hopefully he can strengthen Lamar attributes, especially in the throwing. If he can hit Mark Andrews and he can hit Bateman when he come back healthy and Duvernay and whoever else we sign in this free agency, that'll make us look scary. It'll make us look like a team that's competing for a championship and not just a playoffs. You feel me? So I just really hope that Todd Monken brings that atmosphere like he did in Georgia, man. And I already told y'all that Steve Saunders, the strength and conditioning coach, is out. Good. Goodbye. See ya. Don't want to be ya. Because, man, he was trash, man. He was making us look like, you know what I mean? Every week, every time I found out a Ravens injury was happening, it was just leaving me
Emotional damage.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, man. So, there you have it, man. That's my little rant for my Ravens, man. I really hope, like I said, they get Lamar signed. And we bring some good talent down there. We most definitely deserve that, and we should get it. You know what I mean? So let's go with the NFL news now. Let's move it on.
Let's go.
All right. If you don't know now, you're about to know. But I'm pretty sure you already know if you're a sports junkie, though. Derek Carr signed a 4-year, $150 million with the New Orleans Saints. So shout out to the Saints and Derek Carr. Y'all already know I always got the clips on deck on this, and one of my favorite girls that's on the TV, Joy, has something to say about it. Let's go ahead and tune in about this.
I love it. I don't know what's not to love. Derek Carr is clearly a leader. He's clearly a veteran, a guy who's been through a lot of controversy. He can now go to a place that doesn't have a lot of controversy, that has a good defense. People forget that defense in Vegas was bad last year. And if you are the quarterback, you got to overcome a really bad defense. Not a middle defense, not just an okay defense, one of the worst in the league. You have to pick up the slack for that when you are on the offense and you're the quarterback, which means there's more pressure on the offense, which means they're pushing, which means more mistakes, which I think played a role in his bad season last year. I don't think Derek Carr is bad. I think he's not great. I think he's good enough. And particularly for this division, as we all just went down, I mean, you got Desmond Ridder, Kyle Trask, Matt Corral, or a rookie. They got the defense already. It's a steady organization, and we probably should have seen this coming because Dennis Allen drafted Derek Carr. Yeah. He was there for 4 games and then got fired because Derek Carr went through 6 coaches when he was in Las Vegas. But they have a relationship. So that's clearly something that's important to Derek Carr as well, is relationships. He has weapons, as you mentioned, and the Saints are a organization that is well run. They draft well. They have a good defense. They've got a great fan base. Everyone's going to embrace him there. It's not going to be this wishy-washy type of situation. Great ownership. So I think it's a good situation. How far they will go in the postseason, that's going to depend on Derek Carr and his play. Yeah. That's what's really going to come down to. They're clearly. I love it.
So yeah, I most definitely can agree with Joy. I think it's a good move for Derek Carr. Now that Tom Brady has moved on, that NFC South is wide open. It's for anybody. You know what I mean? And why not go down there with that great defense not great, but that good defense that the Saints have? You got Michael Thomas that just restructured his deal to a 1 year, I think $10 million, something in that nature. So you have a number 1 wide receiver again, even though you had Devontae. You got Alvin Kamara. Hopefully he can get his legal troubles and everything situated there. And then once again, that defense, good organization, great fan base, all that. Derek Carr wasn't a problem. I think it was Josh McDaniels. We most definitely going to see how if Garoppolo is up in Las Vegas now. Now he's there starting quarterback there now. Most definitely going to get into that one too. But as far as Derek Carr, good move. I don't think there's the championship team yet. No. Is they playoff ready? Maybe. You know, I mean, they was almost slid into the playoffs last year. So, with a good quarterback play, Jameis Winston is most definitely playing that backup role. I think the Saints can make some noise. I am not betting on the Saints like I did last year because they look good on paper. That don't mean they're going to do good in the season. But right there, Derek Carr, good move. Good move. Another good move. Geno Smith back to the Seattle Seahawks with a 3-year, $105 million. I think the Seahawks did a great move, did a right move, to bring Geno back. That was the best move that you can do because there's no good quarterback that was going to do better than Geno, honestly, in my opinion. I think that also gives you time to when you can go in the draft, you can draft the quarterback, you can groom the quarterback, and you can try to give him some time to go underneath Geno. Because you see that's all Geno needed was some time, the right system, in the right place. Boom! Now look at him. Got a nice contract. You feel me? So I most definitely can see Geno and the Seahawks making the playoffs. They got some moves to make, but securing Geno and not going through a quarterback controversy was a good move for the Seahawks. Also, that's not going to a quarterback controversy. It's the Miami Dolphins. I believe that that's also a decent move for the Dolphins to pick up Tua. I think Tua will most definitely had a bad season. He had a terrible season last year. There's no doubt about it on that. You know what I mean? I just think that Tua, that offensive line has to get way better. that's the main focus of what the Dolphins should do. Now that you believe that, you don't believe in Tua, kind of, you just believe that he got a raw deal last year with that bad offensive line. So if you can protect Tua and keep him, make sure he don't become injury prone. The Dolphins can win. Dolphins can win that division maybe, because you got to remember the Dolphins was on top of that division when Tua was playing. Now, like I said, Tua didn't play as many games, got hot, you know what I mean. But at the same time, the Dolphins is really based on they got to have a good quarterback play. Um, I guess the Dolphins already seen that I guess they wasn't in the Lamar Jackson sweepstakes, so they was like, bring Tua back. You know, maybe next year we can do something. You know, and also Joey has said something about this.
I love it. Commit to Tua. You mentioned Aaron Rodgers, you mentioned Lamar Jackson. How many other guys, we were talking about it before we came on, how many other guys have been linked to this position since Tua's been there? Send a message to Tua as the guy. Stop having us in this conversation about sweepstakes for this and this person and this trade for this. And is Tua going to come back? First of all, you answered the question if he's going to come back healthy, as you just mentioned. Obviously, the Dolphins feel like he is healthy enough to be the starter again next year. They're having very serious conversations with his doctors throughout the off season, so they had their answer there. But also, this is smart money-wise. We don't know if Tua is the long-term future for the Dolphins. I think even the biggest Tua advocates this year had questions about that. But if he comes back healthy, if he's available, they win games. He's a winner. He's an efficient passer. He's clearly a leader, and now he can be comfortably the face of the organization. It's also really smart. This is what the Giants didn't do. Daniel Jones played well enough for a big contract, and now they kind of had to give it to him. If you have to franchise tag Tua next year instead of picking up his option, it will be around $43 million. Yeah, that 23.2 sounds a lot better than 43, especially if you're not sure what you're going to do with him. So long term, this makes sense in the next few years, knowing what the money is going to be to build around him, and you're securing Tua's spot as the franchise quarterback.
Yeah, pretty much what I said, man. You're not fully committed, but you're committed. You know what I mean? Smart business moves. One of the smartest moves that the Dolphins ever did. But yeah, most definitely smart move. And just like what Joey was just saying, let's go to Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones got a 4-year, $160 million. Woo woo. He's just like 4 or 5 mil a year behind Patrick Mahomes. Whoa. Getting that. Wow. Man. Also, I think that was a smart move for the Giants. I think that Daniel Jones played well enough to get that contract, and he should have most definitely got that contract. I don't think the Giants was thinking about franchise tag. It was either we give him a big contract or we had to let him go. I think that's where the Giants was looking at Daniel Jones. Is it the best move for the Giants? For right now, yes. Because it's not like Danny Dimes is a bad quarterback. He's not Sam Darnold or anything in that nature, or Baker Mayfield, or somebody that can't really stick to a team. You know what I mean? Danny Dimes finally got the Giants into the playoffs. Not just him, but he had no big time wide receiver to throw to, but the Giants was able to beat the Vikings in the first round of playoffs, and almost survived that second round. So I think Daniel Jones getting that contract was good. Is he the best option for right now? Yes. If I'm the Giants, I most definitely will find go in the draft again. Maybe not this year, maybe next year, something in that nature to make sure that he has competition light up on him. You don't want him to get comfortable and he he don't have no competition, and he doesn't excel. He just coasts to where he's at now. You know what I mean? You want him to at least excel a little bit more. So I think that's where the Giants that's what the Giants should do. They tag Saquon Barkley, which is I think is a good safe move. Saquon is injury plagued a little bit. He had one hell of a season last year. He was a top 5 running back in the rushing yards. Like I said, he was also the guy that helped Daniel Jones and that team to get into the playoffs. I just think that the Giants and Saquon can get a deal done. It probably won't be no big deal. I can see him maybe getting a 1 or 2 year deal, maybe a 2 year deal, because you already kind of gave him the franchise tag. You're looking to just give him that 1 year, so I think you should give him 2 years, maybe. Try to see if he can, him and Daniel Jones can stay, have another good year together. I think that's a good duo, and then if you get a receiver, with them, it could be a good trio. Danny Dimes, like I said, he's not a bad quarterback. Saquon is most definitely not a bad running back. They need some help. They need somebody to give it to. Other than just Saquon and I'm pretty sure that Rudolph not going to be there, but that tight end, I'm pretty sure they'll be looking for, something. Oh, you know what? They got Darren Waller today. There it goes. That's the answer right there. Not the answer. If Darren Waller can stay healthy too, so Darren Waller, Saquon and Danny Dimes, that's not a bad team. That's an okay team. That's maybe you can most definitely get you in the second round. But these two guys, Saquon and Darren Waller, most definitely gotta stay healthy. I almost let that one slip away, man. Give myself a pat on the back on that one. What else happened in NFL news? Oh, the Bears traded away their number one pick to the Panthers, and by them trading away their pick, they got a big time wide receiver, a big time wide receiver, and DJ Moore, man. That's all Justin Fields needed. We all kept saying if Justin Fields would have somebody to throw the ball to, somebody, the Bears can be a different team. Now, we was all thinking like what the hell they was doing when they got rid of Khalil Mack and Roquan Smith and we was like, man, what's going on? But it looks like that the Bears have a plan. They say we let Roquan go away, but we can go ahead and sign what's his name? Tremaine Evans, if I'm not mistaken, to a nice healthy contract. If I'm not mistaken, like 4 years, 72 mil, something in that nature. So the Bears are we all thought they was looking to rebuild, but it looks like they just trying to piece everything back together off of Justin Fields and what's better for Justin Fields to build around and getting DJ Moore a top wide receiver. You still got Chase Claypool. Hopefully you still have Mooney, and you got David Montgomery as your running back. Hopefully they can get a every down, maybe a 3 down back. The Bears can be scary. Now they just need to. They got what? Eddie Jackson is there as safety. They just got drill some corners. Get some defensive line. The Bears can most definitely. If I'm not mistaken, I think I called out and said that the Bears was going to win the NFC North. Since now that Aaron Rodgers and the Packers is gone, I don't really believe in the Vikings. It's because they over here thinking about should they re-sign Kirk Cousins deal. Justin Jefferson is the only guy there. Dalvin Cook is 1,000 yard back, but he also stay hurt. The Detroit Lions, I don't know if they're gonna get over that hump yet. If the Bears keep building the way they doing right now, I think they can beat Detroit. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The Chicago Bears is gonna win that NFC North division. Right there. I done said it. What else has happened? Oh, Derrick Henry is also on the trading block. That's like big surprising news. Tennessee look like they just trying to get rid of everybody now. They say we is in full rebuild mode. So if they get ready, if Derrick Henry gets traded, man, Derrick Henry, where would he fit at, man? It's the Los Angeles Chargers. I see they looking to trade Austin Eckler away. So maybe Derrick Henry can go there. He could be their, workhorse. Where else Derrick Henry can go? Shoot. If Miami want to keep being greedy, why not sign Derrick Henry? If you want to find a way to protect Tua, why not have Derrick Henry down there? You know what I mean? It's just like Derrick Henry. I didn't expect Tennessee to let him go. I thought he was just going to finish his career down Tennessee or as long as he could. But it looks like Tennessee is trying to rebuild, so don't have much information on that. But I'm going to have to look on that, especially if he get traded. Aaron Rodgers is traded to the Jets. Now, I'm pretty sure y'all seen that. I can't wait to see. Is he going to send the Jets through the saga as he sent Green Bay, or is he going to report the training camp and all this other stuff? Because I see that he's already making demands as he's going there. He's trying to get Alan Lazard from the Packers, but I think he's a free agent. They're trying to get Randall Cobb. He requested OBJ. So it's like Aaron Rodgers is saying, look, if y'all most definitely want me to come down here in these Jets uniforms, you're gonna have to go in my demands. And that's where Green Bay fucked up at. That's where he fucked Green Bay team up at. You know what I mean? Taking all these long times and only thinking about himself. If you really thinking about these other players, take a pay cut, my man. You know what I mean? Lower your funds down some so you can get these players. Now I'm pretty sure you can get Randall Cobb and Alan Lazard on a cheap deal. You know what I mean? On a cheap pickup, but at the same time, everybody not gonna keep taking pay cuts and all this other shit. And if you don't need to take a pay cut, you the leader of the team. Dog. Anywho, I still don't believe Aaron Rodgers and the Jets are a Super Bowl bound team. I don't even know if they are a playoff team yet. Well, you know what? I think they are a playoff team, but that division is already tough. You got the Bills, you got the Dolphins. I already said they already building, and also the Dolphins went and got Jalen Ramsey. So yeah, so you know you got the Bills, you got the Dolphins. Who else is in that AFC? Oh, the Patriots and the Jets. So that's, you know what I mean, I'm not saying the Patriots. Sorry, Rod. I'm not sure that the Patriots most definitely built better than the Jets right now because the Jets got one hell of a team. But at the same time, I think the Jets will be better than the Patriots then, because Aaron Rodgers got good regular season success. He been back to back MVPs. He also even though the Packers didn't get into the playoffs, but you know they got hot at the wrong time. If they'd have got hot in the middle of the season, right after was that Thanksgiving, I think the Packers would have made the playoffs. But as they kept being an up and down team, man, you know, it was hard for Aaron Rodgers and them to get in the playoffs. So I think the Jets can. It's going to be tough, but I can kind of see them sneaking into the playoffs. But that AFC is just so Trump type. You know what I mean? You still got the Bills in that division. You got the Dolphins in that division. Outside the division, you got Kansas City. You got if Las Vegas and if Jimmy Garoppolo and McDaniels can, you know, get good on this offense, then you know the Raiders can be a good team. So I don't know. It's most definitely going to be a must watch see for this trade. Can we most definitely see Aaron Rodgers in the fall his way out the playoffs, both back to back years? So it's most interesting thing to see. Another big trade that happened that just came across my news feed. Stephon Gilmore is traded to the Dallas Cowboys. That is a big trade for the Dallas Cowboys. That defense just got a little bit better with a solid corner that's most definitely can play his man and force the turnovers and have a lot of pass deflects. It's most definitely going to help Trevon Diggs out, which is the corner who like to gamble a lot. But now that you have a corner that can most definitely hold down his side, you know what I mean, or hold down his man, depending on how the Cowboys are going to run that defense, you can afford Trevon Diggs to go ahead and gamble and take some risks on some plays, because that's going to probably be the side that they tried to throw to the most. You know what I mean? Stephon Gilmore is a solid. He's a solid DB, man. And once again, the Ravens, where we was at on this trade, man, because if I'm not mistaken, man, it wasn't a lot to get this guy. It was not a lot. And the Cowboys going to need that help anyway.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
Yes, to my locked in sports, man. The Cowboys is going to need all the help, especially if Dak Prescott is going to be the turnover machine that he once was last season. That means y'all defense is going to be out in that field all lot. A lot.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
But on the serious tip though, Stephon Gilmore was a big trade, a big pickup for the Dallas Cowboys, man. Now don't go tooting your own horn now and talking about Super Bowl, here we come. No, it's not. I'm still not putting y'all in that Super Bowl run, man. You have to see a lot from Dak Prescott. And that Kellen Moore is not there. We're going to see some stuff. We're going to see some flaws, maybe not some flaws. Hopefully, for y'all sake. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got for the NFL. I'm pretty sure there's more things that's happening out there. So as much as y'all stay tuned to ESPN and most definitely y'all stay tuned to ASAP Network. Also, we most definitely deliver some big news trades and all that good stuff also. So, stay tuned to that. Let's get to the NBA. Let's talk some NBA stuff. Let's talk some hoops real quick.
Let's go.
Man, Fred VanVleet. That I guess you can call him that combo guard, point guard for the Toronto Raptors, man. He got into it with the referees, man, and he most definitely said some words about the referees. And I don't think that he should have got penalized for what he said about the refs. Because we've been talking about the refs all season, that the refs has been doing a shitty ass job. That the refs most definitely is costing a lot of games for these teams. And I most definitely think that these refs should be called out. So on March 9th, 2023, the Toronto Raptors guard Fred VanVleet has been fined $30,000 for public criticism of the officiating, and it's announced today that Joe Dumars, executive vice president, head of basketball operations. VanVleet made his comments to the media following the Raptors lost 108 to 100 to the Clippers. Here goes some of the stuff.
Really care. I thought, Ben Taylor was fucking terrible tonight. I thought that most nights, a couple of the, out of the three, there's one or two that just fucked the game up, and it's been like that a couple games in a row. Denver was tough, obviously. You come out tonight, you're competing pretty hard. The third quarter, I get a bullshit tech, changes the whole dynamic of the game, changes the whole flow of the game. And, most of the refs are trying hard. I like a lot of the refs. I don't mind. I'll take a fine. I don't really care. They're trying hard. They're pretty fair. They communicate well. And then you got the other ones who just want to be dicks and it just kind of fucks the game up. Nobody's coming to see that shit. They come to see the players. And I think we're losing a little bit of the fabric of what the NBA is and was. And it's been disappointing this season. You could look up most of my texts this year have been with Ben Taylor officiating. So at a certain point as a player, you feel it's personal.
Yeah, it gotta be personal. You know what I mean? This ref needs to be looked at. And I also think that the refs should had to give out post game speeches. Talk after the games too, man, because it's not fair that they can go ahead and type and say, "Oh, we apologize for this," and we're gonna do better next, and all this other bullshit. It's like I felt where VanVleet is coming from because this is a little sidetrack. Me and my league me and my guys is playing in. We are having one hell of a time of getting calls, period. Even when we do drive in the lane and stuff like that, we don't get the calls. And you can clearly see we getting smacked, we getting fouled, and we won't get the calls. But turn around on the other end, we'll get the calls. And one of my guys had got a tap because he showed emotion. Like, you can't be mad. This is what it's about. He didn't cuss at you. He didn't get in your face or anything in that nature. He showed emotion, and he gave my man a tap. You know what I mean? We had to eat that. So I most definitely feel where VanVleet is coming from, man. Some of these refs are fucking the game up, and I've been saying this in the beginning. One of my episodes, I mentioned it that these refs is probably gambling. They probably sports betting. You know what I mean? They need to look into some of these refs. Now, I'm not saying that all refs is doing dirty, but especially if this one particular ref is giving VanVleet text, each time he's officiating the game, that's something to look into. You know what I mean? This guy just not ranting just to be ranting. He gave you facts. Every time that this guy is officiating the game, I get a tech, but I don't get a tech with no other officiating crew. That's something that the NBA most definitely need to look into. I just it's just unfair to that guy. You know what I mean? That he most definitely um pulled his he just gave emotion. He gave his opinion. You gonna find a guy 30,000 for giving him giving his opinion? It's whack, dog. It's just phony. You know what I mean? Fred, I'm with you on this one, dog. They most definitely fucked that game up. Most definitely. Um, real quick, while I'm on it, real quick. My Lakers. Yes, my Lakers. We are in the play-in spot right now. Officially, right now we are in the 9th seed. We need to be a little bit higher. Now, mind you, we only like a game and a half, maybe 2 games out the playoffs. Out the playoffs. So my Lakers, they're coming. And check my man out.
The Lakers cooking. I'm cooking. Y'all in trouble. AD. All you can give me is 8 points, fam. 8. Trash. I want 35 and 20 every mother.
100.
You got it in you. You normally ain't been playing. Come on, AD. 8 points, 7 shots. Come on, bro. You better have the motherfucking Michael Jordan flu. 8-man rotation, balling. Let me take you down through there. Talking D'Angelo Russell. You got AD, you got Vanderbilt balling. You got Troy Brown balling. Malik Beasley, you better find your mother the same way you found it with Larson. And I mean find it now. Schroeder, AR-15, Ruiz, league in trouble. Lakers in 6. I don't see it no other way. I told y'all, Lakers in 6. Let's go, bro.
Let's go, Lakers. Lake Show in 6, man. I'm with him. I'll ride out especially if Braun come back. But that way how, and now D-Lo is back, the way how my Lakers are playing, I don't think that even the top seed, even Denver, if we so happen to face Denver in the first round, I don't think Denver want that smoke. Honestly, I just don't think so. So, man, shout out to my Lakers, man. Keep balling, because, like I said, I told people that we was going to be in the play-in. If we get the play-in and we healthy and we balling, nobody not fucking with us, dog. Nobody. You know what I mean? All right, man. On my last topic, let's talk about
Let's go.
the Rain Man, Shawn Kemp. Shawn Kemp was allegedly accused in the drive-by. Now, I don't know where these facts really came from and who reported some of these facts, but as I was doing my investigation and my own research and stuff like that, wasn't no drive-by. Wasn't a drive-by, but let me give y'all some of the stats. Former NBA star Shawn Kemp was arrested on Wednesday of last week. Was booked in Pierce County, Washington jail in connection with a drive-by shooting. And Tacoma police said that altercation between occupants of 2 vehicles near the Tacoma Mall led to shots being fired early that Wednesday afternoon. No injuries were reported, and no lives was taken as the cars was fled the scene. Later they was after doing that investigation, they was able to book Shawn Kemp and hold him, even though that Shawn Kemp wasn't charged or nothing. He was able to get out on bail or on his own recon, one of the two. First and foremost, I'm so glad that nobody got hurt. Second of all, man, dang, all this is over. Of if I'm not mistaken, something was taken from Shawn Kemp, and this might allegedly led to a shootout. Don't know, wasn't there. I don't know, but with the facts that I do know, like I said, it wasn't a drive-by. So whoever came up with that was whack. Number 2, glad nobody got hurt. And what the hell? Rain Man is most definitely making it rain for something, making that name stand for something else, isn't he? After I told y'all, I'm glad nobody got hurt. For me to say this joke real quick, please don't kill me, don't hang me. But when I found out that all these shots supposedly was taken and that happened and nobody got hit, it gives me the feeling that it was the scene off of In Too Deep. If you don't know what In Too Deep is, it's a movie with Omar Epps and L. Cool J, and Omar Epps had to go undercover as a gangster, and he wound up being L. Cool J, which his name was God in the movie. He wound up being this crew, and for him to kind of get initiated, he had to do a drive-by shooting. But him being a cop, he couldn't really shoot nobody, so he shot all the windows out. And they made fun of him. Was like, oh man, he can't shoot, and he wanted to ooh wop, and I was like, nah, you ain't got no skills and all this other stuff. That's how I felt. That's how I really felt. Was like, wow, was we in too deep? Nobody got hit. Nobody that was shooting at each other and they in the cars in this parking lot. Nobody got hit. Like I said, thank God nobody got hit, but nobody got hit.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
But man, it really kind of hurt me, broke my heart when I found out it was Shawn Kemp in this stuff, because Shawn Kemp is the guy that's him and GP are the front runners to trying to bring Seattle Supersonics back. You know what I mean? Him and GP's the guys are advocating and being the front runners and the leaders of this movement. And for him to, for this story to pop off and this to happen, with his name associated to it, man. I hope that really don't mess up nothing that he was trying to do, because Shawn Kemp is a good guy in the community. I heard nothing but good things about Shawn Kemp, in the Seattle community. So man, I just wish that I hope that everything is good. Nothing will prevail, and I hope that this don't stop the movement for the Seattle Supersonics, man, because that team most definitely should be in the league. And yeah, pretty much that's just pretty much it, man. He just gotta change this narrative around on that, man. Don't let that Rain Man stand for something else, man. Let it stand for what it was when you was in the NBA. You feel me? So, that's pretty much it, peoples. I wanna I wanna say thank y'all so much, man. Not for just this episode, man, but for all the previous episodes, for everybody that been rocking with me from whenever you started rocking with me, whether it was episode 1, episode 99, wherever you started rocking with me. Thank y'all. You know what I mean? Thank you. Because without y'all, man, I wouldn't my podcast wouldn't be going to different streams and getting people of other people's attentions and stuff like that, man. And without y'all, some of y'all retweeting my posts, retweeting my logo, and looking to be on the show, man, greatly appreciated. Because now, like I said, I'm on my 100th episode. I'm here. I'm knocking on doors. It's like now you can check me on a different platform now. It's not just going to check me out on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, Podbean, and so on. It's now YouTube now. I told y'all I was coming. So now not only you can hear me, you can most definitely see me. And like I said, man, this 100th episode is like a gift to me and to y'all. You feel me? So like I said, man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all remember all those platforms that I'm on, because I'm not repeating no more right now. But most definitely what I'm going to repeat for y'all, check my social media platforms out, man. My Instagram at MTMO _ sports podcast. It's going to give y'all what clips, what episode I'm out, a little clip of that episode, so on, what's going on in the sports world, all that. Check out my Facebook and my Twitter page. That's at my THTS, my opinion. You feel me? Make sure y'all go. It's the same thing as my Instagram, just to give y'all what's going on in the sports world, what episode I'm on, and all that good stuff. What else? You can check me out on. Check me on Opulence Radio. Like I said, I've been telling you, it's a dope podcast radio station, man. It got some other good dope podcasts. You can catch my podcast on there on Mondays and Thursdays, noon and 6 p.m. What else? You can catch my me and my guys, The Real Talk on ASAP Network. You feel me? Mondays and Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You feel me? Me, Ray, Chris, Kenny, cut the shits on that. You know what I mean? Speaking our minds, giving the real talk what's going on in the sports world. And also check out ASAP Network, period. They got different segments for different things. Whether it's your baseball, whether it's your hometown sports, whether it's sports betting. Check these guys out because ASAP Network is moving. It's on Roku TV, it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram, it's on LG. It's on a lot of stuff. It's on Android App Store. So just make sure y'all just go in there and check out. Just type in ASAP Network. You know what I mean? And hopefully it'll pop up for y'all. What else I got? Oh, I gotta do my shout outs as always. Shout out to my favorite ladies as always. Locked In Sports, man. They just dropped their 11th episode. Pretty dope. They're gonna touch on a lot of stuff on that. It's nothing but a recap from the Super Bowl, the trade deadline, the trades that's going on. So just check them out, man. You know what I mean? They real dope. You know what I mean? If you like to sip your wine, listen to podcasts, and you like the sports and you like the female aspect, that's them. Make sure y'all check out my man Rod on the Rod Uncensored podcast. From time to time, most definitely I'll be on there. My guy is on YouTube, most definitely Facebook, Instagram. I'm pretty sure he got his own different lanes. He also do sports, everyday topics, stuff like that. So make sure y'all check out Raw Uncensored. Who else? I think that's all I got for y'all. You know what I mean? And like I said, I appreciate y'all for joining me and for watching me. And of course, y'all already know, man. I gotta sit here and give y'all my quote. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says that I'm possible. So believe in yourself. Take on that next step that you believe that you can take. I am a living proof. I just took on the next step that I felt like I needed to take and I wanted to take. So I took it. And now I'm here, Doug. You feel me? So all that butterflies that you get in your stomach, man, ain't nothing but excitement. It's not scared. It's excitement. Take that excitement and embrace that excitement. And as always, check me out.